ba 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 ba. Hello. Ha. You remembered, like 3 of you guys. Congratulations on developing your brain. I think your brain might be fully developed. A whole 3 brain cells. They are the master invaders now. Welcome in, everybody. Hello. Yeah, welcome. Ba 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 bum ba bum. What's up, Dave? So I'm here. If you guys saw my post on Twitter, you'll know that I'm actually cooking right now. Yeah, it's kind of professional, I know. I should just be your mommy already. I get it. Get it over with, you know what I mean? But I'm cooking right now, and it's in the oven, and it's in the oven for like 17 minutes or something like that. I have a timer, and then after the timer's up, it'll be done, and then I can eat, and you guys can watch me eat and clean up my plate after I'm done. Yeah, so that'll be completed very soon. Don't forget to let it cool. I don't take cooling into the cooking. Cooling is not considered in the cooking time. If you consider cooling in the cooking time, I don't think that you actually eat food. It's true. I know you don't. That's the truth, though. Pigeon! Welcome in. Thanks for the 3 months. I know that I didn't burn you. You had to have burned yourself. It wasn't me. Nobody can say it was me because it wasn't me. I would never do that. Because I am a 5-star Michelin chef. I know what I'm doing. You know? Huh? 250 doesn't cook anything. Might cook your fingernails. I make it really hot and I suffer through the burns because if you don't take your food and go even after it goes in your mouth like a fiery dragon, then like I said, do you even eat? Do you even eat? Anyway, late night stream today. I had a meeting and then I had to run and I had to get I had to do an errand. We'll say it like that. I had to get meds for Kiba. And I also picked up some food to cook. So that's why I'm late. Just kidding. Actually, did you guys know that I'm never late and it's impossible for me to be late because there's no set time? And so I just do what I want and you guys just are here. And it's amazing. Anytime, any hour, you're here. Huh? No, I had to do an errand. With a D, errand. Errand. I had to run an errand. Anytime's a good time. Errand. The schedule here says 2 p.m. CST. And your mom said that you weren't a disappointment. But sometimes we all get told things that aren't true. Wahoo! We're gonna kind of chill until my timer beeps. I thought that maybe we could play a little game in the meantime, but then I didn't know what game that I wanted to play, so we can just hang out and chill. And that's kind of what I want. Yay! Let me set up this so that we can watch some videos. And my drink of choice today is green tea. Oh, it's a little hot. Oh. I didn't even stir it. It's not even sweet because it's just like water on the top. I didn't stir it. Hang on, let me see. This might be better. Oh, that's much better. Green tea froth. It's literally green tea. It's not matcha. It's not matcha. It's just like sencha. And I put a peach tea bag in there too, so it's like peach green tea. And just a little bit of sweetener. I don't like coffee as much because it's just not as delicious. Yeah, it looks like I just drank hot water. Oh, I like during the startup scream, somebody subscribed and their name is Titsworth. It's Titsworth. Like Lord Titsworth. That's a very nice username. I like that name a lot. But yeah. Shall I watch something? Let me see. How much time is left on our timer? How much time is left on our timer? We have 8 minutes. Okay, so we can watch an 8-minute video before my food is ready from the oven. Whoopee! Yuppie! These are a lot longer than 8 minutes. Oh no. Oh no. Where's... So now we need like a 7-minute one. It's getting harder. Why must I only like watching long videos? The algorithm, please! I need some short videos. This is 7 minutes, but it's so... Ugh. I don't know, it's not interesting. We can just, you know, pause. We can pause the video. Yeah, we can just pause. Let's watch this one because we'll probably now watch this later. Something scary. Dun 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 dun. We'll watch this. We usually don't watch horror, so you know, if you're a little sissy, unlike me, because I happen to be very brave. And I'm definitely not lying. We'll watch it together. Hee. Aha. Oh. I am the nightmare. I used the spirit box on stream. We did it in our Yuko collab. Meow. Yeah, we did it in the Yuko collab.
Viewer videos. This next clip was submitted by Nukestop viewer Anna Garcia. It allegedly shows security footage of a ghost appearing around what locals claim is a
before we get into this, I like ghost videos because they're kind of scary. But what I like more than ghost videos is like actual first-hand accounts and anecdotes, like from chat, telling me their creepy stories, because it's, I don't know, I feel like you guys wouldn't lie to me. And so when you tell me a scary story, it's kind of like it has to be true. There's no way that it's not true. So it has to be true. Based on a real story. A 100% real, true story. And that's not fun. It's scary. Like legit scary. Oh, happy birthday, Burger! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy
haunted
birthday,
well in the small town of Occult, Peru.
Whoa, it's a snake. It's a snake. That's a slithery little snake. That's a snake right there. That's a slithery little snake.
A man seems to be sitting near the well, and then just seems to... well, I don't know actually what he does, but it's creepy as hell. But is this a ghost or just the oddest camera glitch ever recorded? You decide. Nuke's top 5 viewer Isaac says that his uncle recently experienced...
I like the stories everywhere. Contrary to belief, I don't miss very many messages. So I'm reading everything you guys say in chat. I see it. I see it all. And you have a cute face, Mato. Modo. That's what you remind me of.
He just can't explain.
Modo.
Checking his Nest security camera, he saw what appeared to be a dark figure just standing in the road outside his house. But this is where things take a truly disturbing turn.
Wow. What's that? Is it coming closer?
Cars seem to pass right through this bizarre figure. So Isaac's uncle decides to go out to investigate.
Oh no,
and things
don't
are about
do that.
to get even weirder.
No.
The dark figure seems to just disappear as the man approaches. So is this something supernatural watching his house? Or just what do you think this is? Let me know. "12 years ago, a band in Veracruz, Mexico was playing their final gig as one of their members was about to move to another town. At the time, they didn't notice anything unusual about the event at all. But later, as the guys rewatched the video of their performance, they noticed something that chills them to their core.
Whoa, ew! Oh, what was that? What is that? That's weird. What is that? Is it fake? It's gotta be fake. Ew!
For this one, there's probably no reason to ask, but did you see it? Lurking behind the TV in the right corner, a ghastly looking girl with what seems to be a pale and distorted face seems to be peeking out at the band.
She's just enjoying
What's
the music,
even weirder
guys.
is that if we cut to different segments of the video, the strange pale girl has disappeared. The guys in the band believe that this bizarre figure might be the ghost of a friend of theirs who took her own life years earlier.
Yeah, she's just
Perhaps
enjoying the
dropping
music,
in for one last goodbye at the band's final performance.
Yeah, that's just the drummer's girlfriend. How romantic. She
a
wouldn't
cry
miss a
for
show.
help.
She wouldn't miss
Dee
a
from
show.
the YouTube channel Dee's Dark Adventures travels to what is known to be the most
Don't do it,
haunted
Chad, don't
state
do it.
park in Ohio, the Beaver Creek State Park
Don't do it,
in
don't-
East
don't do
Liverpool.
it.
The historic park is said to be a hotspot of ghostly sightings and even reports of mysterious creatures. It's already late and very dark when Dee walks deep into the
Do I
woods of
believe
the
in
park.
ghosts? I don't know.
She finds a
maybe.
spot to settle and begins to experiment with
I
her
wanted to
EMF meter and a spirit box app on her phone. She plans to test whether the stories of supernatural activity in Beaver Creek State Park are true. It did not go well.
Hopefully y'all can see me. I don't know. Right myself. Anyway, I've got
Oh,
the
my
EMF
timer,
detector, and I'm gonna,
my timer, my timer, Mike Tyson. I have to get my food, okay? I just realized. Look at the look at the frame that I paused on. That's kind of awkward. I'm gonna be right back. I'll see you guys in just a minute. I'll see you in a minute. Bye. Hello and welcome back. Aloha, everyone. Aloha. I got my salmon. This is baked salmon. Hooray. Oh, food has reminded me. Oh, you guys will just find out. It can just be a surprise for you.
I'm by myself. See if I can get anything to interact with that. My old one I used to have.
I'm gonna eat.
My old one I used to have, I broke. So I'm gonna try to do that this time.
What is she looking for?
What the?
Ew.
What the hell is that?
Ew, that was gross. Did you guys hear that?
What the? Guys, I was not even on. That wasn't even on the app. I don't know how that came out of my freaking phone.
A troubling sound startles Dee as it seems to come from right where she's sitting.
What the?
Ew.
A little shaken up, Dee believes
It
the
did
sound
not
might
sound
have
like a
come from the
stomach,
app
guys.
on her phone, but she isn't sure and she is now freaked out. Dee decides to carefully trek back through the woods to her car and just leave. But what happens next makes her blood run cold.
I don't know what to do, guys. I don't want to be in here.
I'm scared.
I wanted to make a good video for you guys, but I don't know what the heck made that noise. It sounds like a dang wild cat, like a big cat, but we don't have big cats here. I don't feel good in this place, guys. I really don't know what to do.
I don't want to see what's bothering her.
I really don't know where to go.
No, you no. No. You don't help them. They're too far gone.
I see a light coming from over there.
No. No, you go away. You go away.
Nope.
Go away. One in the chat if you're helping that man. Two in the chat if he's too far gone. He's only got himself now.
There's a light, look. I don't know if you can see it. Somebody's looking for me. This is not good. I think they're trying to lure me out. There's flashlights. I don't know if you guys can see them. I don't know what to do, guys. If I move, they're gonna hear me. Help me.
Oh my god.
The voice of a man can be heard yelling for help, and Dee can see flashlights in the distance. Alone and afraid, Dee doesn't trust the call for help at all. So she keeps her flashlight and hides
That had
in the
to
darkness.
be. Is she alive
Suddenly,
still?
the voice can be heard right next to her, and in terror, she just makes a run for it. Later, Dee says that she did make it home safe, and to this day, she says she still has no idea who could have been yelling for help out in the dark woods of Beaver Creek State Park at that time. Could it have been something paranormal?
If they yelled Marco instead of help, I probably would have yelled Paulo. Just for fun.
Or even scarier, were those real people out in the middle of the dark woods stalking Dee and terrorizing her just for fun? Let me know what you think. We need scary videos, so if you see something that you think should be on Nuke's Top 5, be sure to email. After the unfortunate end of their popular TV series Destination Fear, team members Dakota, Chelsea, Tanner, and Alex are back on the road to explore and
Why
investigate
did their
extremely
TV show
haunted
end?
locations, this time on YouTube. With a new name, Project Fear, the team decides to go back to the old Sweet Springs Sanatorium in West Virginia, a place where 3 years ago they experienced things that to this day they still can't explain.
Did you know that you have passed away?
No?
What? Alone? That was like a woman crying.
Please tell me that was on.
I have the chills. Did you know that you have passed away? What? Alone?
Did you hear any of it, Chelsea?
This happened by close to my
Yeah.
room. So I looked back and I'm like, why standing over here? I was like,
Ah.
That was a scream!
I'm telling you.
Dude, we need to get out of here.
Dude, this is demonic.
and I'm like, why standing over here? I was like,
That's loud.
This location literally scarred me.
So, a little backstory. Sweet Spring Sanatorium served as a hospital for tuberculosis patients in the 1940s.
If he had
It is estimated
tuberculosis,
that over
how was
1,000
he
people
screaming?
lost their lives inside the sanatorium walls. Many of these people were buried in unmarked graves behind the building. The sanatorium later served as a nursing home for the old and poor before eventually being shut down in the 1990s. Now, not surprisingly, with a history like that, the large estate is said to be extremely haunted. Visitors have reported hearing loud, unexplained voices and screaming, and many have witnessed doors slamming shut on their own. Even creepier, some visitors actually claim to have seen ghostly apparitions, most notably that of a woman dressed in white standing in the window on the 3rd floor in room 3007. So after their visit 3 years ago, the Project Fear team is a little hesitant to return, and when they interview the current manager of the sanatorium, Cindy Harper, it just makes them even more nervous.
So I have a question. So when doing the research, you talked about how you were like thrown down the stairs at one point.
I don't normally get pushed down the stairs. That's only happened one time. But it was bad enough. Like I told you, I had bruises.
You were like thrown down. It wasn't like a couple
It was
stairs.
like a push. I mean, I was expecting to be a human attacking me. And I found no one. So I drop all my equipment. I don't know what it looked like going down the stairs. Just
My God!
Okay.
That was the cameraman, wasn't it?
was the loudest knock. This is in the middle
Had to have been.
still.
That sounded like right next to my head.
While interviewing Cindy about her terrifying experiences in the sanatorium, a loud bang on the floor startles both her and the Project Fear team. But there's no one inside the building. Cut to later that
How did they
day.
know?
And as darkness falls, the team decides
How did
that
they
in
know?
order to try to provoke a response, investigator Tanner should head down to the basement all by himself. The rest of the team explores the most haunted area of the sanatorium, the 3rd floor. After hearing a few unexplained noises, Dakota, Chelsea, and Alex begin a digital recording session inside the most haunted room 3007.
Cute.
What happens next shocks the whole team,
one
including
is
Tanner,
gone?
who's still completely alone
Which
in the
marker is
basement.
gone?
We were here
it
several
the
years ago exploring this building.
Milky Way? Or is it the
Do you
3?
remember us?
Oh no, it's a bunny. Thank you, Linda! Slots are hot, guys. Slots are hot. What is that?
Dude, it said I remember Tanner.
I didn't hear anything.
It said I remember Tanner.
I heard yes, and then there's a pause.
Yep,
I remember something.
it's Tanner.
It says Tanner.
Oh, nice.
Just to verify.
You win some, young.
Years ago, exploring this building. Do you remember us?
I don't hear. I hear. Oh, they said it.
Remember Tanner, dude.
No way. No way.
Goosebumps, dude.
Goosebumps.
There's like a 1 second pause, and then it's a whispering, I remember Tanner.
I will get body scared with it, Nimbus. Thank you. Okay, I kind of heard the I said, I am Tanner.
Go for
I
Tanner.
kind of heard it there.
I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to give you a warning.
We were doing digital recorder.
Protection.
Thing is here. Matters you.
Debating about even like telling you this, but like at the end of the day, like it's a warning. Like we want you to know to be on like your toes.
What did I do?
What did I
We end
do?
up meeting with you in a little bit.
I will show you the digital recorder, the EVP. It's freaky.
Okay, man. What the? I heard something.
Yo, are you okay?
Can you do that again? What the?
I thought I heard a voice, man.
Promise if it's not us, dude, and we don't hear you right now on the 3rd floor.
It's not like the echo or anything.
Whoa.
I don't know what's happening, but let's go hit this part of the 3rd floor, and then we'll go to Tanner.
The team eventually finds Tanner in the sprawling sanatorium basement, and they have him
Numbers
listen
is
to what they
gonna
captured
play
on their
Baldur's
digital
Gate
recorder.
Grey, and I with somebody else. We all like together. Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, what do you hear? We didn't tell you what we heard yet.
We remember Tanner.
Yes!
Dude!
It says yes. I remember Tanner.
That's scary, dude. Don't say bored to me.
That is clear,
The
dude.
Tanner is the creepiest part, because it's so clear.
Similar to what happened on their previous visit 3 years earlier, the Project Fear team
Feet in
finds
the air.
themselves
We got
hearing
feet in
clear
the air.
voices,
Only feet in
one
the
of
air.
which
We only need
seems
3
to
more.
remember Tanner. The 4 friends then split up to sleep at separate haunted locations inside the building. Chelsea and Alex set up in the basement, Tanner on the 2nd floor, and Dakota on the 3rd floor, just outside haunted room 3007. It goes without saying that none of them slept a wink that night. All of them start to hear loud, unexplained bangs and strange noises. But Dakota, up on the most haunted 3rd floor, has a unique experience all his own, and it's downright chilling.
Hi.
Whoa! Hello?
Hello? Everybody, hello?
That sounded like a doorknob, like, rattling.
Hello?
I just heard you.
Are you there? I heard you.
Okay. I went down and explored to see if I could find, like, the source of that noise. I have no idea what it was.
Thank you.
I looked in a bunch of rooms.
Thank you,
It literally
Nimbus.
could have came from
Thank
any single
you,
door
Nooch.
at any single...
Thank you. What was that? Thank you, head crab.
That was a girl's high-pitched voice.
It wasn't me. Don't look at me.
I just was down there too. I was just down there. It literally could have came from any single door at any single door at any single. Can you do that again? It makes sense to hear
3
about
more
the
for
high-pitched female.
gone you.
Where I'm at right now, the lady
It
in
was
white
gone
on this
you.
floor.
See? It was gone you. The images look the same. There she is! It's gone you!
Holy! That door just shut! That door just shut! That door at the very end of the hall just shut! I hope I caught that on camera. No way. No way. Yeah, that door is shut. This door, I just watched with my eyes shut.
A disturbing voice scares Dakota out of his seat, and then a door at the end of the hallway closes by itself. Now, hundreds of commenters on the Project Fear YouTube channel believe that this door doesn't just close by itself. But look closely, and what do you think? So is the Sweet Spring Santa.
I have some leftover food and I don't want to let it sit out. I can't finish. I thought that I could finish a single fillet of salmon. I didn't even make myself any sides. It was just a single fillet and I only ate half. Every time I make myself food, I overestimate how much I can eat. So, if you'll excuse me. No, you can't have it. It's mine for later. I'm gonna put it up. I'm not even gonna go on my BRB screen. I'm just gonna run, okay? I don't want to look weird. Hang on. Let me look graceful. I'm so tired. Wow. I better go to bed. Yeah. Hi.
Or I'm haunted by something that's strong enough to speak, slam doors.
See, I ate my dinner and now I can have chocolate. That's how dinner works, right? I just eat a little and then I can have dessert. Yeah. No, I need you to get me more chocolate. I have like 4 bars left, and that's like halfway gone. So I'm halfway to no chocolate. Yeah.
Even appear as a shadow apparition? You decide. You can watch this entire 2-part investigation with many more terrifying paranormal moments over on the YouTube channel, Project Fear. Imprints. For 2 years, Eric Gunner has been experiencing relentless paranormal activity. Even stranger, the ghost or entity seems to follow him wherever he goes as he moves from house to house in Mexico. But most terrifying of all, each time Eric tries to get away, the spirit that follows him seems to become more and more aggressive. So, just like many nights in the past, Eric and his little dog Bean are woken up by the sound of loud banging on his bedroom door. This time, Eric is prepared with a
Hey, don't
flashlight and
torture
a
the
camera,
dog. That's not
intending
nice.
to capture evidence
Leave
of
the
the
dog
hell
out of
that
this.
he's been living through.
Yes, I did not go. I 100% the entire game.
¿Qué pasó?
Jesus Christ! What the heck is that?
Eric's dog sniffs around and seems to be a little shaken up by something that Eric can't see.
Yeah, he needs
Eric
to oil
decides-
his freaking door. It was not WD-40. He needs WD-40.
It's to leave the little dog safe upstairs in his bedroom while he checks
I didn't know that, Nate. I believe it.
the house.
Hello? Hello, I heard you.
¿Hay alguien aquí?
Anybody here? Hello?
¿Hay alguien aquí? Escuché como si me hablaran. No sé si se alcanzó a escuchar una voz.
It wasn't me.
Se lo juro que no sé si se alcanzó a escuchar una voz.
Hello? Do you have, laryngitis? That sounded like a little hefty breath there,
Sentí como
buddy.
si me soplaran en la nuca, no sé. Como si me hicieran así como...
Do you need, mint? Damn, bro.
Mejor ya no
Say it,
pregunto eso.
don't spray it.
Eric says he felt something blow on the back of his neck, and his camera actually captures the sound when it happens.
Uy. Uy. Uy.
Eric has only been downstairs
I'm sorry, his
for 6 minutes when he suddenly notices something downright creepy.
No manches. ¿Está viendo lo que yo?
No.
Y no solo eso, ¿eh? Ahí en el refri tenía una foto de mi mamá.
She said,
Ahorita
freak your
no me
mom.
fijé en el video, pero pues antes de irme a dormir ahí la tenía. No está. Ni tampoco está la cruz.
No, mama? No, Jesus. No, mama?
¿Qué pedo?
No, Jesus.
A cross hanging on the living room wall and a photo that was hanging on the fridge only 6 minutes earlier are now mysteriously gone. What makes this so creepy is that Eric has barely moved and has been standing in the same general area for the entire 6 minutes. No one could have snuck in and taken the cross and photo without being noticed, or
Then
at
how come they
least
didn't
making
hear
a
it?
sound. But it's what happens next that is truly terrifying.
Hello? Where's the dog? Over. That door is very unsettling. Why would you have glass on a door?
¿Hola?
Oh, it moved. Ay, no. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I screamed. It wanted to kiss. It wanted to kiss him. I'm sorry.
Two little childlike hands press up against the glass windows and door.
I was the one that screamed.
When Eric gets
I'm sorry.
closer, a bizarre face emerges from the darkness. Eric has had enough. He runs back upstairs to his dog Beans and doesn't sleep for the rest of the night.
Would you kiss the face? Be honest.
Just under the surface, a group of fishermen in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico are returning home late one night when they spot something very strange beneath the water's surface.
Blue. 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 I'm blue, double D, double die. 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 It's blue.
A strange bright blue light seems to be strobing in uneven bursts beneath the ocean waves. The guys head in for a closer look, and this is when things start to get really weird.
Mira, empezó en el puente y está en la boya, era la boya. El puente está a mano izquierda, a mano izquierda. Mira eso, mira eso, mira. Mira, mira,
Whoa,
mira
an
eso.
alien!
Mira algo ahí.
That's an alien.
Mira algo ahí.
It's a mermaid.
Míralo. Yo no sé qué carajo es eso, dale para atrás.
It's a mermaid.
Dale.
Hi.
Dale.
It's an alien mermaid.
No quiero saber, dale. Dale. No. Dale. Sí, eso es eso.
There's somebody swimming in it. Why is that one over there red?
Yo. Wow.
Something dark and humanoid can be seen breaching the surface of the water and moving through the strange blue light. When the video was shared to the internet, many viewers' first thoughts were that it could simply be a diver. But others were quick to point out that there are no boats nearby, so where would a diver come from? And also, the oddly shaped figure doesn't seem to be wearing a diving tank. Finally, the figure seems to swim upright, almost as if it is somehow walking quickly through the water. The bizarre clip went viral on the internet, with many viewers suggesting that this humanoid figure could be anything from a creature to an alien, or even a mermaid.
An alien.
But what do you think this is? Let me know down in the comments.
Alien.
2 years of terror. Over the last 2 years, Lauren Combs from Waco, Texas has been experiencing terrifying unexplained
Beverly
activity
Hills?
in and around her home.
Beverly Hills was in Texas. Okay, speaking from terrifying experience, that doorbell thing can actually just be caused by a stupid faulty wire or a windy day, depending on your doorbell and how crappy it is. Because one day I was babysitting and the mother informed me that the night prior they had to call the police because there was somebody ringing their doorbell like a lot. And she just said, keep the security system armed and call the police and her if anything happens. I was like, all right, chill. It's fine. So something happened. It was not chill. It was not fine. It was terrifying. And I thought that their two big dogs would give me security, but it just terrified me more because they were like, doorbell? Someone's here. Hello? They were trying to reach the other side, and I was not happy. I grabbed the kitchen knife. I locked myself and the kids in the older kid's bedroom because he really liked don't laugh at him because I know you guys are him. He really liked ninja stars. And so he had a bunch of ninja stars, and I was like, well, if he has them, he has to know how to use them, worth something. I was like, well, come on, boy, your time to shine is here. You get to use the ninja stars on anything that comes through this door. And I called the police. The doorbell thing does not mean there's something there, because they replaced the doorbell and it never happened again. I don't know if the police were happy though. I was so scared. I told them to take off their shoes in the house so that they wouldn't be hurt. I was like, get down, crawl! I was like, we gotta crawl now! Crawl like your life depends on it! Look, I was paid to keep those kids safe, and it was me or the robber. We were army crawling to the bedroom. We were surviving. I tell you.
Did you do that?
After posting her videos, Lauren disappeared from social media for 9 months before she finally returned with an update. Lauren says that over the last month, she's been feeling ill and drained of energy and having a very hard time. But strange things continue to happen around her home. One night as Lauren is on the phone with her boyfriend on her front porch,
Oh, I hate
something
that a lot.
happens that is truly bizarre.
You know what's worse is if they kiss you. Like, they kiss you to wake you up. And you're confused. You think you're still dreaming. No, somebody broke in your house and they're like, mwah. Imagine that. Imagine you get kissed on the lips by a guy, Chad. Some man wakes you up with his lips. But you live alone.
Bizarre.
Hey, when you coming over?
I gotta wait for my work clothes to dry. Then I'm coming.
Okay, I'm hungry.
I understand that. I can't just not leave without my work clothes.
Okay, that's fair. Well, do you want me to just make something here?
What do you have?
I mean, like...
Why is she standing outside at night? In front of your house. You think you're safe there? That's the most dangerous place to stand.
Or maybe chicken nuggets, nothing
Maybe
crazy.
chicken nuggets.
No? Can you bring your lunch?
Pretty much. Dude, my f***ing door just closed.
Is that the slam sound?
Yes.
Oh, now she's in danger. She's locked out. The ghost locked her out and now it's gonna kill her. Oh my god. Oh no. At least she's on the call with somebody, so they know if she dies, they can call the cops and her body won't rot.
It's locked. I just got locked out of my house. Yes, nobody's here.
A ghost orb!
Luna!
Did you see the ghost orb?
Luna's inside by herself. I don't even see her in there. Hang on.
Why did she drop her phone?
Hello? Oh, she's nudged us.
What the frick?
Lauren's front door suddenly slams shut, locking Lauren out of her home with her dog still somewhere inside, all alone.
Leave the dogs
Lauren panics and hurries around her house to get inside through her back door. As she enters, then that door suddenly slams shut as well, and her doorbell begins to ring over and over all by itself. Lauren says that she eventually found her dog mysteriously trapped in the back room.
No,
the dog
that's
was a little
mean.
shaken up, but otherwise,
The ghost
he
traps
was
the dog
completely
in a
fine.
room? That's so
Now,
mean.
cut
Any
to 2
ghost that
months
messes
later,
with a dog
one night when
is probably Satan himself Because, no, not even. I don't even think Satan himself is evil enough to frick with a dog. It's gotta be like some sort of kid playing a prank. Some sort of psychopath that died and has no feelings. That's not even funny. Nobody messes with animals. You mess with an animal or you mess with a kid, you're going to jail.
Lauren is in bed. She is woken
I would
up.
never drop the phone either. To clarify, I would never drop the phone either.
By her dogs a little after midnight. What happens next is downright chilling.
My dog barked and it scared me. Why hasn't she moved out yet? Oh, I don't like that. Oh my god, the dog's looking. I hate that. I hate that. Oh, I hate that. Oh, this gives me terrifying feelings. Oh, I hate that. At least the dogs aren't barking, but that's terrifying. Oh, leave me alone. No, I don't want to look. I don't want to look. Don't make me look, woman. Don't make me look, woman. Ah, don't open it. Oh my god, it's confirmed. She's literally a fucking crazy psycho. Opening the window to danger? What is she, stupid? Oh my god. This woman wants to die. What the fuck? I'm taking off my headphones. I'm scared. I can't hear. I'm deaf. What the fuck?
Someone knocks on Lauren's window, but when she opens her window to look into her backyard, there's no one there. Then as she turns, she hears an odd growl near the open window that makes her scream. But did you see it?
No.
Right after Lauren screams and wildly pans her camera back towards the window, something odd can be seen right outside just below the windowsill.
Not a pee-pee.
But only for a brief second.
No.
Who or what is this?
The
After this incident, Lauren hasn't been back on
Some
TikTok.
sort of weird bald guy.
But there is one important thing to be learned here, and that is if someone or something pecks on your window in the middle of the night,
Don't freaking open it.
don't open it. Like, why?
Yeah, that's so
Why would you?
One in the chat, if your first reaction if something is violently like tapping on your freaking window, you're gonna open it and stick your head outside. No, I'm not opening that shit. You're lucky if I like call the cops and say something's tapping on my window. Shit, you're lucky if I freaking open the blinds and pan outside. You're lucky if I check the camera, because ain't no way I want to see something creepy. I don't know what's creepier, seeing what's tapping on your window and it actually being there, or seeing nothing there, you know? I don't know what's scarier. Both of them are terrifying to me. I don't want to see anything. I'd rather it just fuck off.
Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, do it now, and then also turn on all notifications so you never miss a
Yeah,
video.
she never closed the window either. So after she screamed and ended the video, now what? Now you have to reach out there and close it? No. Stupid. Freaking women, I swear to God. God, when will they learn? Classic women. Freaking women. Oh my gosh. It's scary though. Why would they do that? Her survival instincts have expired. She didn't renew her subscription for that. Now she's just gonna walk straight off a cliff or something. Blah. keep the spooky going. Let's do a poll. You guys want something different, or do you guys want a scary video? Maybe we can see something like this. Let's see if this is a good video. I know it doesn't have that many views, but maybe we'll do that one. We'll see. What do you guys think? We'll see the poll. It better be a short one. All right. A lot of people are saying spooky. Vote now, or else your opinion will not be counted because I don't have the patience. You guys got probably like 5 more seconds of patience before I get distracted. All right. I don't think that can be beat. Let's see this. Let's see if this is a good video. If it's not, then I'll find something similar that's made better.
It's often heard that Japan as a country has observed critically low birth rates.
No,
birth rates that the
baby.
country has worked hard to attempt in raising.
No,
But
baby.
Did you know Japan once saw a time in history with extremely
It's like no
high
maidens.
birth rates?
No, baby.
What's defined as a rather sad time in Japanese history? Today I bring you an unusual topic.
Thank
Though
you.
that
I think
doesn't
they're
make it
different
any less
Stevenopolis.
important. It's a serious issue in Japan that somehow spawned a creepypasta out of
Aloha.
it, and a Vocaloid
Hola.
song. More than one character within the Yakuza games have been inspired by these incidents. Beyond that, coming-of-age novels have been written about children who survived and carried the trauma associated with these horrific incidents. The topic of coin locker babies is one that is well known throughout Japan and has had a tremendous impact on popular culture. And in this video, we're going to talk about it.
A baby?
Showa-era Japan is a time period in history that's often romanticized as well as appreciated for its aesthetic.
I
Between
like
city
this.
pop
I'm
Showa
sorry, I'm distracted. I like this plushie. So cute.
idols, a simpler way of life, and just the general feel of that era in Japan, I can see why. However, what people don't typically discuss are the darker elements of it. There were clashing political views between generations, higher crime rates, and today's topic. This form of child abandonment first emerged in the decades following post-war Japan, primarily in the 1970s and 80s. In Japan, in train stations and the areas nearby them, there exist these temporary lockers, referred to as coin-operated lockers. These lockers are often used to store luggage, groceries, or anything you don't want to carry around with you while you're out and about town. It's a convenient service that works well with the Japanese city lifestyle of train commutes and constant walking. You simply pay for the duration of time you want the locker for. However, some women in Showa-era Japan saw this as a grim opportunity, for it's the nature of these lockers, the short-term period in which they're used, where many assume that they would be checked frequently by other people as well as train station attendants. This gave way to a use that was not foreseen in the slightest. For these lockers started being used as a means to abandon newly born infants.
What?
These infants were just left here.
I believe it.
Both
but
babies
dang.
who are alive and those who did not make it. Because these infants are left here when nobody's around to see who did it, they were often not discovered in time. The coin lockers, depending on area, are not checked as frequently as one may assume. Some of these victims are not discovered until days, weeks, or months later. And as time went on, these occurrences became more and more frequent. Observed as a serious epidemic in highly populated cities like Tokyo and Osaka. These coin locker babies continue to be discovered routinely well into the 1990s. Now, many of you out there are likely wondering how somebody could possibly do this, let alone fathom the thought. There are a number of reasons that are attributed to these incidents, though every case is different. Unfortunately, societal and economic reasons are often to blame. Single pregnant women in Japan are often faced with a lot of negativity. The topic of intercourse in itself is often hushed and not discussed, to the point that it's seen as a taboo in everyday life, or simply too private a matter to speak to somebody about. A single pregnant mother has potential to be scrutinized and shunned. This could lead to isolation. Medical procedures to terminate a pregnancy have been equally scrutinized. And if the mother is still just a teen or older and unmarried, further scrutiny is possible. The option of termination is legal in Japan, however does require the consent of the father in order to proceed in most cases. If the pregnancy is a secret, this could lead to further reluctancy. Historically, women have earned less income than men. This complicates the situation of a single mother even further. In short, a combination of traditional expectations, commonly perceived taboos, and lack of financial stability can lead to the isolation of the expecting mother. While each of these tragic situations are different, this isolation is sadly what could lead to these horrible coin locker incidents. Now, there is somewhat of a silver lining in regards to all this. The surge in coin locker baby discoveries eventually made way for laws and certain things to be put in place to prevent these issues or rectify them in some way. Safe haven laws are in place in many parts of the world. These are laws that allow mothers to anonymously leave children in safe places like hospitals and fire stations. The areas created to place the babies are heated and secure. Medical attention is alerted to come to the hatch if it's opened and activated. It was in the year 2007 when Japan created its own baby hatch system known as the White Stork's Cradle. It has saved the lives of 155 babies thus far. However, the very first actions taken were in the 1980s. Coin lockers were physically moved to more populated areas and became supervised at all times. Uma Nibu, a women's liberation movement, brought forth the issue of taboo and the scrutiny of the mothers themselves as well. It was in 1993 that rules were put in place that addressed each situation differently, depending on the age of the infant and whether or not they were alive when born. Different situations received different charges. Options in birth control became more prominent as well. AC Japan being taboo, well-known vocal tragedy.
That's just sad.
This girl becomes more and more regretful as the song goes on, carrying the trauma and remorse she eventually comes to feel as she plans to stop when she has a baby that she determines as perfect.
That's just sad. I want to see it like a Japanese horror something. Here, maybe this one. Maybe this one. I want that one to be the next one.
Folklore, urban legends, and ghost stories have been passed down throughout Japan's history.
Maybe this one will be scary.
Despite the impressive number of ghost stories that Japan harbors, none are as impactful and famous in its home country as Yotsuya Kaidan. And despite its fame and infamy within its home country, I have seen very little said about it outside of Japan. With that said, allow me to introduce you to a story filled with horror as well as betrayal. A story based on horrific real-life events and tied to equally real cursed locations. Yotsuya Kaidan, or the Ghost Story of Yotsuya, was officially written in the year 1825 by a man named Tsuruya Namboku IV. Its name comes from the story's setting, then a rural part of Edo, Japan, now a modern-day part of Shinjuku, Tokyo. That name being Yotsuya. Yotsuya is a part of Tokyo now. See what I'm saying? So this ghost story was initially written as a kabuki stage play, though in the many years since then, it's been adapted into various other media forms. At least 30 times as of right now in 2023. These other forms ranging from film, animation, to even manga. So, before we go ahead and look at the real-life horrors associated with this ghost story, let's go ahead and look at the ghost story itself. One regarded by many as Japan's most famous ghost story of all time. So here it is. Allow me to read you the ghost story of Yotsuya.
Get ready to be immersed.
I want to thank this video's sponsor, MD Hair. The story opens with a ronin named Tamiya Iemon in a heated argument with Yotsuya Samon, the topic of argument being Oiwa, the wife of Iemon and the daughter of Samon. Both men are ronin. They are samurai that lack a master and thus live in severe poverty. This occurrence was commonly seen during this post-war period of Japan that Yotsuya Kaidan was written within. Because Iemon, the husband, failed to support Oiwa, Samon was demanding he separate from her. Feeling Oiwa, and by extension he, her father, deserved better. Oiwa herself had expressed her dismay to her father.
I'll do more.
Now, Iemon himself is not a good person. Instead of making an honest living, he scams and steals from others. He is not after anyone's best interest, including Oiwa's. With that said, Iemon's actions in response to his father-in-law's request is typical of his character. For, you see, Iemon disagrees with Samon. He feels disrespected and thus becomes enraged. This leads to Iemon murdering Samon, Oiwa's father. While all of this is transpiring, Oiwa had no choice but to try and make ends meet by her own accord. This unfortunately meant sneaking out to the red light district and doing the only thing she could do to get money to support herself and simply live. Well, the only thing a woman of that era could do to support herself without a husband. Or at least a husband willing to support both of them. Oiwa hoped to be able to escape the awful treatment she received from her husband by supporting herself in the only way she was able. After the incident with her father, Iemon returns home to an unknowing Oiwa. He lies and tells her father was randomly attacked by a bandit and did not survive. Upon hearing this, Oiwa fell into a deep despair, vowing to seek vengeance and come after the person who caused her father's demise. Iemon, being the manipulative person he was, told Oiwa he would seek this vengeance himself if she promised to stay by his side and never leave, remaining his wife. Oiwa, in a state of sheer devastation, reluctantly agrees. Some time passes and Oiwa becomes pregnant. She gives birth to a healthy baby boy, but she herself becomes ill following the delivery, childbirth proving far too much for her. And because Iemon was already a horrible husband, he proves to be an additionally horrid father. Instead of being grateful that his wife was still alive and with him and that she brought his son into the world, Iemon became even more abusive. He came to resent the both of them and see them as a burden. He did not want a child or a sickly wife who could not care for this child. And it was at this very time when Oiwa was ill and needed love and support more than ever when another woman came into the picture. This woman was named Olme, and she was the granddaughter of a very wealthy doctor. She had an unnatural obsession with Iemon and was wildly jealous of his wife. The grandfather, wanting to help his beloved granddaughter to get what she desired, paid a visit to the home of Iemon and Oiwa. The doctor acts as though he's providing the struggling family with a service out of the kindness of his heart and provides Oiwa with an ointment. He tells Oiwa to rub this ointment on her face every day, and she will be cured. She will be healthy once again.
No, it was cyanide.
Only, this was not a treatment for her illness. The ointment contained chemicals that severely burned and disfigured Oiwa's face. With each passing day of use, Oiwa's face became extremely disfigured from all these severe burns. So much so that those who saw her face would flinch from how gruesome the sight was, though nobody had the guts to tell Oiwa how bad her face really looked. With that, Olme felt more confident in being the more beautiful woman. Her grandfather then made Iemon an offer to marry Olme and be offered a well-paying job as a samurai. No longer would Iemon be a ronin without a master or employer. And Iemon, who was now disgusted by the sight of his wife and her burnt face, accepted this offer without any thought whatsoever. In fact, he was delighted to receive such an offer. And during all of this, Oiwa was still unaware of how horrible her face had looked. She thought the burning sensation of the ointment simply meant that it was working, as that is what she was told. And despite everything she had already been through, Oiwa was about to be met with further hardship.
Not like this.
You see, Iemon didn't just want to leave his wife. He wanted to make sure he still looked like a good guy after doing so. Like he was the one being wronged in the whole situation. And for that reason, Iemon paid a friend of his to enter the family's home and force himself onto Oiwa. Iemon planned to just walk in and act as though he caught her having an affair. But things didn't go as planned. The friend arrives and sees the sight of Oiwa, her face brutally disfigured at this point, and still as sick and bedridden as she was following childbirth. And on top of it all, she was all alone. Suddenly feeling great remorse, the friend instead tells Oiwa what her husband had planned for her.
Oh my god,
he also revealed that Iemon himself was the one who murdered her father. Finally, he holds a mirror to Oiwa's face and reveals the state she is in. After hearing everything and finally knowing the truth about the kind of person her husband was and what really happened to her father, Oiwa enters a fit of rage. In this rage, Oiwa gets up and begins combing her hair to prepare to confront those who wronged her. Hairbrushing was seen as a very appealing and seductive action during this time in Japan, especially if the hair was long and healthy, which Oiwa's hair still was. And for that reason, the friend of Iemon simply watched on with interest. However, that interest eventually turned into sheer horror. The burns had unknowingly spread to Oiwa's scalp, and unfortunately, her hair began to come out in large chunks due to the damaged scalp. This left half of Oiwa's head completely burned and bald. As Oiwa witnessed her hair fall out with the comb, the rage only grew, now completely unable to be contained. Oiwa, in a blind rage, tried to rush out the door, only intending to harm and disfigure those who did the very same thing to her. Iemon's friend attempts to stop her, but she's impossible to hold back. Amidst the struggle, Oiwa falls forward accidentally, fatally wounding herself against the friend's samurai's sword. The wound is fatal, and Oiwa passes away then and there, but not before muttering Iemon's name over and over until her final breath. The friend, terrified by the possible repercussions of what just occurred, had fled the scene. Oiwa wasn't discovered again until the next morning by a servant. This servant rushed to tell Iemon, though instead of being mortified by Oiwa's death, or even that his plan went differently than he had intended, Iemon was overjoyed. Before the servant could leave Iemon's presence, he was met with his very own demise at the hands of Iemon. Iemon then went on to tell everyone that Oiwa and the servant were having an affair together, and thus went on to marry the doctor's wealthy granddaughter with no remorse. The wedding of Iemon and Ome had transpired peacefully, though it was what had occurred that very evening when Iemon had laid with his new bride for the very first time where the horror truly began. In the dark of night, when turning to Ome in their bed, Iemon was startled to see Ome's face replaced with the disfigured, gray, lifeless one of Oiwa. It was pale, gray, and cold. Her face was sinister and full of malice, an expression Oiwa had never held when alive. Though it could not be mistaken, Oiwa's face had nefarious intent, and she was after Iemon. With the sight displayed before him, Iemon began to panic. He took out his sword and swung it at the woman. When everything was said and done, and Iemon was a bit more calm, Oiwa's ghostly face had vanished, and it was returned to its original form. And there lay Ome, lifeless on the ground from Iemon's actions. Iemon was nothing short of frightened, and he left the home. As Iemon fled in the dark of night, he was met with the ghost of the servant, standing in the middle of the road. His wounds, the wounds inflicted by Ieamon himself, were still visible, but his form was white as a sheet, truly appearing undead. Ieamon blindly attacked out of fear once more.
It's gonna
It
be
was
the
following
dad.
this attack that the servant had vanished and the old doctor had remained, leaving Ieamon responsible for the passing of both Ome and the doctor. By this point, Ieamon was in a full state of panic, hyperventilating as he ran as fast as his legs could carry him, trying to
Now he
escape
just
the
needs to
horrors,
kill
the
himself.
paranoia, and the supposed hallucinations that led him to his actions. He was unaware of where he was going, even his surroundings. All he knew was to escape. Though Oiwa does not allow him to escape. Her ghost appears at every turn, down every road Ieamon flees down, materializing everywhere he went. With that same expression of malice, Ieamon continued to flee. As the days and nights went on, Ieamon remained on the run. Every flickering light on a lantern he saw was Oiwa's disfigured face. In his dreams every night when he could sleep, she haunted them, never allowing him to rest. Desperate and losing his grasp on reality, Ieamon fled to the mountains, far from any civilization. This is where he slowly went completely and utterly insane, seeing Oiwa everywhere. He was never seen or heard from
Dude's
again.
being haunted by his ex-wife
This was
he
because,
tried
through
to
a
kill her.
slow and painful insanity, Oiwa received her revenge for both herself
Oh,
and
he
her
died
father.
a slow death. That's good. At least it
And
didn't
that,
end
my
fast
friends,
for
is the
him.
story of Yotsuya Kaidan. Now, there are much longer versions of this story, particularly the original play, that has a lot of different subplots and other things going on, in addition to the actual main plot. Every adaptation has its own spin on it as well. Though what has always remained is the ghost story of Oiwa, and how she was betrayed and wronged, and how she became a vengeful ghost in spirit. Rightfully so, I think. So, what I told you was the main story. Now, to those familiar with horror, or Japanese horror more specifically, this story may not come off as anything too startling or disturbing in any way, but mind you, the story is almost 200 years old at this point. There are many tropes and story elements introduced here in Yotsuya Kaidan that went on to inspire other Japanese horror stories in the years to follow. The story of Yotsuya Kaidan has evolved into the modern day horror and even creepypasta and forum horror that you see today. So, TLDR, this story is pretty impactful when considering Japanese horror and the history of Japanese horror as a whole. Similarly to how the likes of Sailor Moon and Creamy Mommy inspired the abundance of magical girl anime out there today. Yotsuya Kaidan was a bit of a pioneer within its genre.
Show me the aliens attacking. Aliens attacking? We're being attacked? Aliens attacking. What is Creamy Mommy? That's what you that's what you call me. That's my name. Where is it? What? uh Where's the attacking? Illegal miners? What? You gotta send me a link. I can't see any proof. Peru aliens. This one?
स्टडी IQ आए।
पर आप अक्सर सुनते रहते होंगे रिसेंटली
I don't understand you.
Alright, so this is a suggestion via a donation. The name of the video is, let's call it, Peruvian Alien Encounter. Let's get it, guys. Let's check it out.
Have crashed craft, stated earlier. Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came to some of these recoveries.
The events, a lot of the events that are...
No. What is this from? Like, if you don't give, like, at least, like a...
Have crashed craft, stated earlier.
Okay, a crashed craft. There were biologics taken from it. What?
Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came to some of these recoveries.
The events, a lot of the events that are being reported are true. We have video of the authorities showing up. We have video of the villagers running out into the jungle shooting at something, okay? But after the investigation, what they come out with is they say...
They say what? They say what? Bro, what is this? Is this something I missed?
What's up, Mob Crew? I'm Chris. In today's video, we're going to be going over what is known as the Peruvian alien attacks. A tribe of about 1,300 people were being attacked by an unknown entity, which caused the local military to come to their aid. Supposedly, they uncovered what was actually going on, and the truth is just as bizarre. We will be breaking down what is supposedly going on and the latest details in today's video.
I don't get it.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody,
Demoness,
where we cover true crime, mystery to the
Demoness, what's going on?
missing.
I didn't know
Sometime
you're getting
back in
attacked
mid-July
by
of this
by
year, a tribe that lives around the town of San Antonio in Peru that consists of about 1,300 people started being terrorized almost every night from what the villagers claim are creatures known as Los Pelicares, which means the face peelers. Eventually, this story and videos made international headlines, which apparently shows the villagers being attacked by what they believed to be 7-foot-tall aliens that were bulletproof and had some kind of disc on their feet that allowed them to hover and fly away. I'm going to play a clip of that event where the villagers are going on the offensive, and what you're about to see is apparently no hoax.
Let's go.
Make it bigger, dude. I don't want to see your face. I want to see this video. Make it bigger, my man.
Ya creo que la encontraste al pie de la cara. Ahorita ya la encontré por allá, está un montón de gente, ve. Por ahí, por allá. Ahí está.
There it is. I see it. Over there. There it is. Let's just not fire in the dark. Let's stop firing in the dark, guys. There are many people. It flew away.
Where?
Oh, ya se ha elevado, ya dice. Ya se ha elevado. Ya se alarga, vuela, escucha, pues no va a aparecer nada. Puta madre, ¿cómo vamos a hacer ahora?
Right.
Vuela, puta madre, a ver qué hacemos.
Okay, bro, stop.
Vamos a hacer, puta madre. Es que llama a la policía, al ejército, para que nos vengan a apoyar. Vamos a ver cómo está la familia allá.
Los niños, mira, se ven, los niños no duermen, están ahí las madres desvelando, señores. Son extraterrestres estos señores, son vestidos con blindados, son tipo del hombre verde que parecía el hombre araña, igualitos, son señores. Yo les valió 2 veces y no caen, en vez de que caen se elevan y se desaparecen, señores. ¿Cómo ellos dicen?
I mean, listen, don't just say they're bulletproof. Just say you were a terrible shot and you were shooting at nighttime. I'm just going to be honest. That's probably what they're talking about, guys. Bulletproof? I don't know.
Su uniforme, ¿no? Ellos visten un uniforme así, todo una máscara completa como el hombre verde, pero el color es plateado. Llevan en sus zapatos, tienen así como una forma redonda, como un platillo, que de ahí se eleva. Esos
Green Goblin!
The guy in the yellow shirt is claiming that he came face to face with this unknown entity where he engaged it by shooting at it, but apparently his bullets had no effect and it just flew away. He describes it as like the villain from Spider-Man, the Green Goblin, that has predator-like capabilities. Here's another short clip taken from another night where apparently you can actually see some kind of alien or unknown entity in the distance.
Yeah, that looks like light shining on the tree.
What's even more bizarre is this is not the only place in South America that this is happening. Apparently there have been reports in Brazil of sightings of things coming from the sky, following people. Here is a reporter interviewing some locals who were chased by something that came out of the sky.
Próximo à casa do meu amigo Márcio, como eu vinha na garupa, eu sentia aquele clarão nas minhas costas. Aquele clarão muito branco, muito forte do céu descendo. Acontece que a gente foi com muito medo e aquela luz seguiu a gente mais ou menos uns 300 metros antes de chegar na nossa casa.
Even this story made international headlines as this didn't seem like some hoax made up by a large group of villagers. You can clearly tell these poor people are being terrorized by something or someone.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, after this hit major headlines, many people had different theories as to what was actually going on, from the cartel to some kind of black ops operation to an actual alien attack. So apparently after the local military got involved...
I only laugh because I always laugh at Green Goblin's face. It just looks like bah to me. And I always laugh whenever I see his face. I wasn't laughing at the fact he looks like Green Goblin. I don't know. I want to see it. There definitely be, if they're scared, then... Obviously, they're scared for a reason, but I don't know. I want to see more proof.
Article came out claiming that this was the result of illegal miners who were after gold in certain parts of the Amazon jungle. Apparently, these miners are using modern technology and scare tactics to drive these villagers from their territories.
This has happened before.
There we go.
Miners will go in and try to scare the wits out of villagers by pretending to look like aliens, etc. Ben Hansen is an expert. He's like one of the best UFO investigators out there, and he was one of the first people to throw cold water.
A lot of the events that are being reported are true. We have video of the authorities showing up. We have video of the villagers running out into the jungle shooting at something, okay?
But what's interesting is there's no reports of any arrests that I can find.
Right.
What I would like to know, if this was actually the cause, what in the heck are these so-called illegal miners using to scare these poor people? Are they actually flying around on jetpacks with bulletproof vests? Are they using drones with some kind of scary costume? Sadly, this is where the sound of aliens seems more plausible than miners flying around on jetpacks. Even someone on Reddit sums it up great. In my opinion, whatever is going on in this village, it is no hoax, as it seems these people are actually going through some kind of crazy event, whether it's aliens or something else.
There's no doubt.
Unless they come forward to show how these so-called miners pulled this off for 2 weeks straight without being caught. I think I'm on the fence with this one. Since this story broke, there still continues to be sightings throughout South America. And if there are any major updates, I will do another video. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Please let me know your thoughts about this crazy story in the comments below. Please smash that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, as we upload multiple times a week.
I don't need to see this guy's opinion. This guy is recent. Maybe it's off of the news Olet's talking about.
So, the flying 7-foot-tall aliens that were attacking people in Peru were actually an illegal...
Aliens are attacking Peru, and it's been caught on tape and all over the news. This is Telemundo's coverage of the events as they unfolded, with translations in English on the screen.
Los habitantes le disparan a los supuestos seres, como ven, medio de la noche. Los vecinos dicen que están aterrorizados. Ellos describieron a los entes como gigantes que miden casi 7 pies de altura y que visten trajes que parecen de astronautas. Vamos a escuchar.
This gentleman here is describing the extraterrestrials as about 7 feet tall and dressed almost like astronauts, with their clothes covering their body and protecting them, presumably from our atmosphere.
Los miembros de la comunidad están haciendo vigilias por las noches para protegerse y tratar de capturar a los supuestos seres extraterrestres que dicen habrían atacado a una joven.
This isn't the first time Peruvians have dealt with this problem, actually capturing the entities on camera in 2018. Check this out. This was recorded by one of the villagers in 2018. Not only does their reaction make me feel like this is genuine, but the way that this creature is moving through the trees, and the trees actually hiding it, like it's behind the objects, it's not hyperimposed or superimposed on it. Like, I think this is very authentic. Look how lanky this thing is. Its neck is so thin and long.
Real.
This is wild. There's also more recent footage that was actually just analyzed. Let's take a look at that, and I'll tell you guys what I think. This is the original footage from the village that started everything trending recently. And we have Drew on Twitter to thank for slowing this down and analyzing it. I'll have that linked in the description. Here we have that zoomed in and sharpened video. The problem with the video is that it was taken, on an inferior camera at nighttime. So its ISO and exposure are horrible to try and capture something like this. We can glean a little bit of information from this analysis, though, even though the quality isn't quite up to par with what we want.
What do you guys see? What do you see?
You can see what appears to be a creature or an entity peeking out behind a bush or some shrubbery. I will try to grab a still and showcase this to you guys. Just a warning, again, it is blurry because the video itself isn't great quality. So me trying to grab a screenshot to point out what is being seen, again, it's not gonna be the best quality, but let's check it out. So this is what we get with the enhancement.
Look at
it's
the
blurry,
enhancement.
so a lot of people are making more of it than I think it actually is. I think the bulk of this image is actually shrubbery, where you're gonna see the head pop out behind.
I think this is the head, and he's like throwing it back almost, like he's squatting down, getting ready to jump or climb. Like, I think this is the head, and this is the ass. And he's getting ready, like this is the leg, and I think he's getting ready to like jump up, Like, that's what I see. But I could be wrong. I think that he's getting ready to like jump or something like a frog. That's the Lucy right there. The Lucy.
Here. I definitely think that this is something peeking from behind the bushes of the shrubbery that are behind those phone wires up there.
It could also say peekaboo. That's also a possibility. If like this is shrubbery and it's just like, oh, what you doing? I thought this
You can
is the
actually even see the eyes. Check this out. This is what I think. That's how I've highlighted it. I see a big head and those big old almond-shaped eyes kind of partially obscured behind something. What do you guys think? This is what that original image of the enhanced video looks like. Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing there? I'm gonna replay the original video with some zoom and no edits for you guys to see if you guys see it as well. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Barra, maybe it's just a better... Yeah, that's a tree.
Now these aren't
That's a
the only
tree.
entities
Yeah, I see
invading
it. I see
Peru,
it. Okay, okay.
with reports of even light beings being caught on camera.
As of right now, more and more information is being released about the mysterious entities that
Have
were
you
sighted
heard
in
anything,
Peru.
Demon? You said you
Oddly
never saw
enough,
the
since the topic has been trending, locals
the
have been
news
posting
thing.
photographs of the alleged creatures, with some describing them as giving off bright lights, while others have said that they have big heads with large eyes.
What I love most about this
Why is
picture
it
is
going
that
to
not
Peru?
only is it a great shot, but it actually showcases a lot of the alleged characteristics of these entities. We're seeing a bright light, we're seeing a big head, and we can assume big eyes on a big head.
To investigate.
Now, what makes this entire story more credible is the fact that, yet again, the media is on a disinformation campaign, with outlets claiming that the 7-foot-tall aliens are actually a gold mining gang on jetpacks. With the outlets using this image of a young lady holding up a photo of a person on a jetpack saying that this is what attacked them.
It's Google.
However, a quick reverse search of this image shows you that is actually a flipped screenshot from this particular video. What's more is that they actually left the metadata included on the image that they use in the article, and photos that we take on our phone do not usually include metadata like this. This is a post. The strange part about this movement in misinformation is that they're also using evidence, that it's not aliens, with pictures of creatures that are not 7 to 10 feet tall, like the people are describing, and pictures that absolutely contradict the video evidence we already have, with censorship going as far as completely shutting down 4chan and blocking this image, according to ed_gill_84. Check it out.
Posted something a couple of days ago about an alien picture that shut down 4chan, and that it was gone,
like a
and the only picture was
cucumber.
one that was somehow encryptedly blurred.
Personally, I do not use 4chan, but I saw all over Twitter and Reddit.
like
This is
a
accurate.
sea
4chan
cucumber.
was shut down for a while for some image that needed to be cleaned up, and it turns out this really was the image.
Legit or not, for me, just the efforts of what happened after it was posted is enough for me.
That I agree with. Like, what entire platform is going to shut down for one picture?
All of these things, I'm not going to rule it out and sit there and say, oh my God, I'm not going to do that. Now, if you want to argue on whether or not it's a reptilian, hey, well, you know what? We can go back and forth on that, because honestly, I'm not really convinced it's a reptilian, but I've never seen a reptilian, so I don't really know what the hell a reptilian looks like.
I agree that it does not look like what we would consider to be a reptilian. However, to me, it looks less extraterrestrial and more like in or somewhere hidden on the planet, because its neck looks almost like a tree trunk.
Yeah, and that this is the picture that caused 4chan to actually get shut down.
Some media outlets are going as far as using this promotional campaign for the predictive programming movie Jules and claiming that it's one of the aliens that they're seeing in Peru. Again, it's not. This is just a campaign for a movie. And we will be talking more about that movie and predictive programming soon. But all in all, the alien attack in Peru has been wild. And in my opinion, for the government and for the people trying to keep a secret, it's been a debacle. I mean, literally right after we started getting this video evidence and footage, we start getting this insane misinformation campaign. I mean, the first video I showed you guys with that creature walking through the woods or the forest, that was not a miner in the jetpack. Like that doesn't even make sense to me.
That was not a miner.
Something big
we all
is
know what
happening
a
in
miner
Peru.
looks like.
It makes me even feel
and
that
was not
this
a
is one of
miner.
the
He didn't
ships
even have a
or
pickaxe.
these beings that are not actually extraterrestrials and they're our creations, the biological
Where
robotics
was his pickaxe?
that I believe it
How
was
can he
Greer
be a
talked
miner?
about, because Greer mentioned that there are
He has an
aliens, there are
ID.
UFOs, but a lot of the abductions and the bad things that happen to people are actually our re-engineered ships with our scientists, and I don't mean just US, I mean the whole Earth, our scientists and our crazy people that are power hungry, kidnapping people and trying to instill the fear of an alien invasion so that they can fake an alien invasion and bring the world together. Now that falls into a whole different conspiracy, but I can definitely see it, as people that have had real contact with real entities tend to say that they are peaceful and kind, not attacking villages. I don't know, the entire thing to me smells very fishy, and I wish that I could just travel to Peru and see what's going on.
Weird.
あの見るからに似合わない笑顔もそのせいで、おそらく何かの最中、頭でも打ったのでしょう。あのコブが証拠です。
今時あんな単コブってできるんだな。
さすがは友人島ですね。見てください、生子。まさか神様。まさか僕が気絶している間にみんなアイズさんと同じ。見てください、生子。キモいです。全く同じ症状。バーベキュー、バーベキュー。どうなってるんだ。これもアイズさんと同じくみんなどこかで頭打って。
シューシューシューシューシューシューシューシューシューシューシューシューシューシーキューカンバーシーキューカンバー Does anybody know where I can buy some
An encounter with something.
Some barbecue?
Possibly alien that blows anything like the Roswell crash or the Rendlesham Forest incident completely out of the water, and happened as recently as 2020. Never heard of it, right? Well, that's no accident, because this thing was scrubbed from the internet with the quickness. We're talking about a violent days-long contact.
This video is from it's from 2 months ago. So now you know that this video was made 2 months ago.
In the city of Magé, Brazil in May of 2020, between the Brazilian and US military and what may have been extraterrestrial intruders. Today we're talking about the Magé encounter, and boy, do we have receipts.
You forgot to say over. Yeah, and you forgot to say I love
I'm
you,
Max
my
Powers,
queen.
this is Parasite
But we all
TV.
make
Thank you so much
mistakes,
for
don't
clicking this
we?
video. Like the video now. Like I said, everything about this event was
The
wiped.
vagina incident? What? No, I never heard about a vagina incident. What happened in vagina? I don't remember. I forgot what happened in vagina.
Initially, thousands of tweets, hundreds of videos,
sorry.
and still images and witness reports. Gone.
forgot.
Anonymous Shadow on Twitter has gone absolutely hard in the paint, dredging the internet for a ton of the original videos, posts, and witness reports. Some of which I'll be sharing on here, so Anonymous Shadow, Your legend. And I also got a lot of
remember that
information
one.
from one Reddit post that was posted on
They
Our
hurt the
UFO
kids.
by Jason Green 3 years ago, who had the foresight to archive most of the pages he captured and linked in his post. So Jason Green 3, also a legend, thank you. So on the night of May 12th, 2020, residents in the area surrounding Maje near Rio de
Oh, I remember now. Guys, remember?
Do serviço que ela trabalhava. So it was around. It was like
See? Remember? I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Janeiro in Brazil were awakened by a loud noise outside. It seemed as though several planes or helicopters were circling in the sky above the area. As the locals began to make their way into the streets to investigate the sounds they heard, they started seeing and filming what definitely looks like a UFO or UAP.
I'm looking. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Wow. Ooh. Wow. Wow.
O que é aquilo ali no céu, velho? Fala pra mim. Dá uma olhada.
Olhada.
Mano do céu, fala sério.
Gente, pelo amor de Deus, eu acabei de olhar aqui, ó, no telescópio. Olha, olha isso. Olha a luz, olha isso. Olha o OVNI, meu Deus do céu. Vocês viram? Meu, eu não consigo parar de tremer, calma. Olha isso.
Wow, I think they were using a binoculars on their phone. Ooh, wow, wow. Ooh, wow. Ooh, wow, wow. Wow, wow. Ooh, wow. There's two. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. What are they doing?
Mano, aqui, mano, olha isso, cara. Dá pra ver, ó, tipo núcleo no meio, tá ligado?
Wow.
Sightings had actually started
No, I
in
wanna
late
see that
April,
one
and not
more.
only in this city, but all over Brazil.
In Peru! Again, in Peru! Ooh, wow, wow. Ooh, wow. Ooh, wow. Wow, wow.
I know what you're thinking, it's drones or it's Starlink. All sightings are drones or Starlink now. But if there's one thing we know about the Maje encounter, it's that the Brazilian military, and according to multiple reports and one whistleblower, the US military, reacted to these sightings with a ton of force. After the 12th, it seems as though sightings in Maje continued, but something changed in those couple days. On the 14th, a couple incredible clips went absolutely viral, before being almost immediately scrubbed from the internet. First we have this. What seems to be military artillery detonating around UFOs in an absolutely wild clip.
Ooh. They're missing. Tada atu. Tada atu. Oh, wow! Wow! Oh, wow! Oh, they're attacking! Wow! Wow! Oh, wow!
Then there's this clip.
Peru attacked the UFOs. Peru said.
Although I have seen evidence that this particular clip could just as easily be from a meteor shower. Witnesses claim to have seen not one, but 2 unidentified flying objects crash. It does kind of look too good to be true, but people did say they saw it crash, so who knows? There is a much more realistic, grainy video showing a burst of bright light and explosion over a ridge. The person that posted this video was confirmed via local media to be a local resident. The area shown in this video apparently perfectly matches up with being behind Imbel, an arms manufacturing facility in Maje. Next morning, an intrepid young group made their way to the Imbel facility with a plan to fly their drone up above the forest behind Imbel where they believed the crash site would be. This is what they saw.
Well,
É bomba essa porra.
And it wasn't just them, many residents caught video and audio of what sounds like a firefight in the woods as military helicopters and vehicles flood the area.
oh! Get the kids inside! Get the kids in! Get the children inside!
Acho que estão explodindo o ET. Estão acabando com as provas, pra ninguém ver. The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead. Não, sério, será que não estão explodindo, não? A nave espacial? Ó, por enquanto, demos a volta em tudo. Já vamos sair daqui de parte de trás. Meu Deus, que barulho alto.
Did you hear? What's that mean, Nimbus? Can you Google Translate my ears?
Gente, aqui ó, tô na estrada aqui do arco metropolitano, indo pra
Oh,
Três
I
Óbidos.
thought he was responding.
Aqui do lado é Pau Grande,
I thought he
Magé.
was saying that it was scary.
Caraca, mano.
Can you translate it again?
Aí, ó, o exército tá escondendo alguma coisa.
Wow, oh, wow, wow. Where are they going? Wow, wow, wow.
According to witnesses, there were 2 crashes, one
I
behind the
just, I
Imbel
laughed at
facility
the
and
chat,
one
not
further
at-
into the
I didn't
mountains.
laugh
What we
at
have
the
so
video.
far: confirmed UFO/UAP sightings for weeks
It's
leading up to a
scary.
mass sighting on the 12th. Seemingly confirmed engagement between military aircraft and the unknown.
They
Reported
attacked-
crashes with video the night of the 13th or 14th, with what sounds like a firefight happening for hours the next day, and a visible hole in the tree canopy showing some trees sheared in half. The locals' claim was where one of the crafts had gone down. Now things are about to get absolutely wild and crazy, hard to believe, but I'm just reminding you, this is just what was coming out at the time. Multiple different people both reported and got some video of US military ground forces arriving, wearing black armor, and that they used some sort of beam weapon to down the 2 crashed UFOs. And as crazy as the beam weapon part sounds, I don't know if it's that far-fetched. Directed energy weapons, or DEWs, have been rumored by conspiracy theorists and leaked by alleged military whistleblowers for the better part of 2 decades. I'll never forget seeing this
Laser.
footage of what looks like a red beam coming down during some massive California wildfires.
Ooh, wow. Ding. Ding. Wow, wow. Do you see that? Wow. Bing. Bing.
Anyways, moving to what Jason Green 3, the Redditor who compiled a lot of this information, describes as anecdotal evidence. One of the locals claimed that one of the employees at the Imbel facility had died. And this is apparently corroborated by the victim's sister posting on Facebook. When translated, does say just that. The sister is exposing that her brother passed away in a suspicious explosion, and that it needs to be investigated. One resident reported that their car battery completely drained as he was approaching the Imbel facility to get a look at the crash. One woman claimed that the night of the mass sighting, she heard a loud humming noise and said her hair stood on end or was charged by static electricity. The mayor of Maje had actually been one of the original people to post video he took of the encounter. There was an anonymous phone call to an open line section of something called WID with Daniel Groth about this event on Sunday the 17th of May 2020. Even the archive of this video had been scrubbed, but Jason Green breaks down the translation.
So cool.
Apparently a friend of the caller's wife lives in Maje and told him that something very large had made impact with the ground in the land behind the Imbel facility. The next morning, the army was there, and the explosions that people were hearing were the army trying to gain access into the craft. The caller goes on to say that 3 alien beings were in the ship. One was shot on sight by the military, while the other 2 escaped into the forest, and that this is why the Brazilian and US Army were searching the forest in the days and weeks after the initial sightings. And finally, he also said that US military showed up with black armor and strange big weapons. Another witness posted their story to Facebook. This testimony was from their female friend who worked at the Imbel facility. She does not reveal the name or identity of the worker because the worker feared to lose her job or worse. The post detailed how the worker was extremely scared and couldn't sleep because she couldn't get the image of the alien being out of her head. According to this Imbel employee, the US military came to deal with the 4 aliens that were on the craft, and they ended up capturing 2. They executed 1 as it left the ship, and 1 had apparently died in the crash. She said at first the employees at Imbel were locked down in the facility, but eventually ordered to leave and keep their heads down so that they wouldn't see anything that was going on. But that she couldn't help it, so she peeked up and apparently saw a being's legs sticking out of a gurney. She overheard a couple of the American soldiers talking about how one of the crash sites they blew up part of the ship so that it wouldn't be able to be seen above water. And that the soldiers were talking about how these encounters were happening more and more often. Just seems a little too good to be true. Then there's this video that claims to be footage of the craft after it crashes.
Consegui furar o bloqueio da empresa, da indústria. Gente, tá aqui mesmo disco voador muito grande, tamanho de ônibus. Gente, muito grande. Não é mentira. Não é mentira, gente.
This video is extremely widespread and even posted multiple times by some of the researchers I was finding. But to me, it looks like a bowl. It looks like a very small, normal object that someone is attempting to film at an angle to make it look bigger. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. There's some very interesting leaked audio that was taken of a Brazilian soldier that was drunk in a bar that was recorded without his permission. Isn't that illegal? According to the translation, the soldier says the craft was teardrop shaped, not your typical flying saucer shape, and seemed to be able to actually change its form. This soldier also claims that there were some humanoid beings and that at least one of them survived. He also says that there was at least 1 human casualty, so that may be referring to the Imbel facility worker that apparently died. He said locals were being hospitalized after claiming to have interacted with extremely bright lights. And finally, that at least some of the explosions that were caught on film were defensive measures being taken every time the craft would begin to emit a loud hum and glow blue. Jason Green 3 also claims to have spoken with a local who had spent most of the days after May 12th looking for his 2 neighbors that were farmers, who had farms near the crash site, who he hasn't seen since. So thoughts and prayers. So thoughts and prayers up for the missing farmers. A YouTube video showing footage of the smoking hole in the tree canopy.
This is off topic, but how come the human body is designed so poorly that just by existing and breathing and talking, you can almost die off of breathing in your own spit? That doesn't seem logical or fair.
User commented this: I am a member of the armed forces. I will bring updated information so that the entire Brazilian population can learn about the inexplicable events that occurred. and that all residents can have access to the truth of the facts that happened in the municipality of Maje in Rio de Janeiro. Initially, I will draw a timeline so that everyone can understand what was going on. On April 20th, 2020, military satellites in the United States detected a strong presence of unexplained aerial phenomena. International standards determined by NATO informed the Ministry of Defense of Brazil and the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the Armed Forces so that the military air patrols in the Rio de Janeiro region would be intensified, since there would be an increase in activities of this phenomenon in this region. It was immediately determined by the EMCFA that military air patrolling be intensified in Rio de Janeiro with the support of the FAB Air Base in Santa Cruz and the Naval Air Base of Sao Pedro. On May 1st, 2020, the Sindacta 1 radars detected strong activity from unknown aerial phenomena in 5 different cities of Rio de Janeiro, so the military informed Comdabra. On May 12, 2020, the DTCEA PCO of Pico de Quauto in Petropolis detected the increase of inexplicable activities in a very intense way in the region. At about 8 p.m. on this day, the American military reported to Brasilia the fall of an object, or UFO, in a forest region in the municipality of Maje. The United States Department of Defense has ordered General John Raymond to deploy 20 Special Forces soldiers, 10 of whom are from the American Space Force and 10 from the Space Aggressor 26 Squadron, commanded by Captain Barnes. In the early hours of May 13, 2020, the American military disembarked at a military air base in the state of Sao Paulo and traveled in FAB planes to a military base in Rio de Janeiro. The operation, baptized with the codename Oregon Range. It's important to note that the Brazilian military personnel provided only logistical support. The Americans informed that the visits of these objects to Earth have been more and more frequent in the world, and that when arriving at the place of the fall, it was verified there were 3 intruders in the damaged ship. Then at around 7 p.m., the military, armed with advanced technological devices unknown to the Brazilian military, intercepted and slaughtered a humanoid character of approximately 2 meters in height near the River Superb. He even gives the coordinates. The other 2 beings were captured alive and wounded in the Guapiachu region. Again, he gives the coordinates, and transported along with all the displacement material of the intruders to the American military base, May of 2020. All American military personnel have already left Brazil. Only military helicopters in the country patrol the region. After this incident, there were no new expressive reports of sighting of the unexplained phenomenon in the region.
Brazil.
One YouTube video where people are asking an Imbel guard some questions about what happened. They asked where the UFO would be taken. The guard was kind of joking around with them, giving them kind of non-serious answers. But when they asked if there was a UFO and if it would be taken to Area 51, the guard seemed to get serious and said, no, not Area 51. It's going to the Oswaldo Cruz Institute. So I looked this up, and the institute says that they act in the area of research, technological development, and innovation, and provide reference services for the diagnosis of infectious and genetic diseases and vector control, supported by internal communities that ensure the biosecurity standards, quality, and environmental management. The Institute also maintains scientific collections of national and international importance. I just think that's an interesting reference, like a really random thing to say if you're just joking around. So there are probably over 50 different interviews and eyewitness report videos given to different YouTube channels and news stations during and shortly after the event. And out of all of them that are still available through the Wayback Machine and translated to English, 1 or 2 crashed UFOs, explosions, and what sounds like a firefight. 3 beings escaping from the saucer initially, with one of them being taken care of right then and there, and 2 later being captured. That seems to be the talk of the town. There is a lot more detail and personal experience in the reports, but that's the gist of it. Also, in all these statements, they talk about the bright bluish lights emanating from the craft, which is seen in one of the videos made on the night. After viewing so many videos and hearing account after account after account, and experiencing just how much of this information was wiped or attempted to be wiped from the internet, it gets pretty obvious that something involving some very advanced tech happened that night in Brazil. Let me know what you think of the Maje encounter in the comments down below. Guys, thanks again so much for watching. I'm Max Powers, this is Parapsych TV, and I'll see you in the next video.
Wow. Just a little bit. I don't know. 2 months for 2 months? Hmm. Yeah, the aliens don't like us anymore. Hmm. I think aliens are tired of us. Oh, oops. I think aliens say no more. You know? Hmm. No way, man. Do you guys believe? Do you believe? Hmm. Yeah, the lasers, the AI targeting, they don't like. They say it's too powerful, it's too dirty. I think they just say, okay, that's too much now. Time to eradicate humans. Maybe we keep 200 or 300 for pets. I want to be a pet. If aliens are real, I want to be a pet. I'll volunteer. I volunteer. Who wants to be a pet? I'm a prime specimen! Look at me! I'm a prime specimen! I didn't know though. I think it's weird it's been happening there for so long. I don't see why they would lie about it. Like, I don't see a reason to lie, so I think it's just the truth. You know? But... Yeah, but what if we're their special little pet experiment? Not us, but this planet. It takes an awful long time. It's like having to redo a save file. It's like, freaking restart the game, whatever. It's not a big deal. That's why they're killing us. That's that's why they're restarting the save file now. They're freaking heck, man. Try again. Delete, 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 exterminate, exterminate, exterminate. Alien. I'm not your defense. You guys are my defense. It's coming from the other side, guys. It's the other direction. Not me. Not me. Well, thank you for the 6 months. Arigato, 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 arigato. What did the plane lady say? I remember seeing a post as she came out. Plane lady. I know she made like a video. I don't know. It doesn't. Maybe it's the makeup. It doesn't look the same to me. She doesn't look the same. The aliens already got her. This is the doppelganger. It's not her. This is the post that I saw. Like it was something like her apologizing. Did anybody see it?
Hi everyone, it's me, Tiffany Gomez, probably better known as the Crazy Plane Lady, which is
What a
completely
title.
warranted. As you know, I have been unwilling to speak on the viral video, but I do finally feel that it's time. First and foremost,
I'm telling you guys right now that she's not real. This is not.
Take full accountability
No
for
way.
my actions.
It's not
They
real.
were completely unacceptable. Distressed or not, I should have been in control of my emotions, and
No way.
that was not the case. My use of profanity was completely unnecessary.
Girl, we're not
and
mad
I
at
want to
you.
apologize to everyone on that
Girls, don't
plane,
apologize. We're
especially
not
those
mad
that had
at you.
children aboard.
Girl.
Can't imagine going through that and trying to explain to your kid what in the world just happened.
Webster, thank you.
We all have our bad moments, some far worse than others, and mine happened to be caught on camera for the whole world to see multiple times.
No way.
Sorry, trying not to sound like Minnie Mouse.
Aww.
Well, it has been really comical for everyone, and I have highly enjoyed so many of the memes. On the flip side, it is very invasive and unkind, and I don't know what I would do without the love and support of my friends and family. They are loyal to a fault, and I don't know what I did to deserve them. Sorry, y'all. I hope that I can use this experience and do a little bit of good in the world, and that is what I intend to do. I hope that you guys can accept my apology and I can begin to move on with my life.
It doesn't sound... That's not real. Yeah, she needs to tell me whether or not that motherfucker was real or not. We're not mad. We're just scared. We're not mad at you. I just want to know if the...
She's been taken. They made this video so people stop paying attention to the fake people.
What? It's just this video.
Hi, friends, and
not real. It doesn't feel real. I mean, I don't know. I just want to know. We gotta see the original. It doesn't look like the same person. Let's see this. I've never seen the full video. This is like the full video? No, but this is like 2 days ago. Was intoxicated, refused to leave airport. This is like something that just came out a couple days ago. Along with the apology. I'm sorry, it's just... Do you think that this video was made before or after her apology? You know what I mean? Why? Why?
I don't care if I'm ever fly with y'all ever again. I want to know what happens to this flight right here. They're gonna escort you out, so just tell me you're calling with us anymore. Great. I don't ever want to fly with you ever again.
Dude, right, you know, drunk or not, she was scared. Who's gonna risk that much money? It's a lot of money to make a plane ticket, don't you guys know? Those are fighting words.
Ma'am. Escorting me out and I'll never fly with them again.
Ma'am, since you no longer have a valid ticket or business on this side of the airport, we gotta escort you out to the public side, okay? Where's your suitcase? You ready?
It's on that flight.
If you don't leave, you'll be under arrest for criminal trespass. This is your warning right here.
Okay. Just what? What? Am I leaving? What are you talking about?
Ma'am, if you don't leave right now, you could be under arrest for criminal trespass.
I don't know, she doesn't sound drunk to me either. She sounds like upset, but I don't know. She doesn't sound drunk to me. She sounds disappointed. She sounds...
Leave. Do not let that flight leave. Being dead serious. Do not let that flight leave.
You ready? Let's go. Come on.
Dude, she's crying. She believes.
Do not let that flight leave. That flight's not going to make it to Orlando.
Let's go.
It's not going to. I'm not making it to Orlando. But I'm telling you, 100% that flight also is not making it to Orlando. And there's a lot of people on that flight. You don't need to escort me out.
Yeah. You had your own warning. So, keep walking.
Oh yeah, until y'all see that fight blow up.
Okay.
I don't know, guys. Well, also, one thing I want to mention is even though there's this lady who is scared that there's a plane, Yeah, she wasn't walking. She wasn't slurring her words. She wasn't walking like she was drunk. She was walking in like a straight line. But the thing that I don't understand is, even though she said that that person was gonna blow up the plane or something, they were worried about removing her from the plane and not the person that she was blaming. Like, I want to know, did they interrogate them? Did they talk to them? I just want to know what motherfucker wasn't real. I think we all want to know what the motherfucker that wasn't real looked like. Did they have plastic surgery? Like, I can say that... I don't know. I feel like the way she said it, how scared she was, understandable. They have to escort an unruly person off of the aircraft. I understand that, but shouldn't they have at least investigated what the person looked like? Like,
Stop the plane. Stop the plane. Stop
here, this is before the meltdown. This is before the meltdown.
the plane. Not going to. Not going to. Not going to. Nope. Nope. No. So what's going on? No. Stop it. Stop it. No. I need to get off this plane right now. I need to get the off this plane. See what happens. See what happens after this. See what happens. Where's your bag? Is your bag still over there?
The guy made a video too. I heard about that, but since we didn't see it in the video, I don't think that there's, like, I want to see her like basically say, yeah, that was him. Unfortunately, I just was drunk and I thought his tattoos made him look like a lizard and I just thought that we were going down. But anybody can pick up a camera and be like, hello, this viral meme that everybody's looking at, yeah, it was me. Like, literally, you guys can say right in chat, right now in chat, you can be like, yeah, me. She was talking about me. And technically, everybody has the right to believe you, you know? Yeah, me. It was me. Actually, it was me. It's like Spartacus all over again, but on the internet!
License verified, disarm door, standby for all call.
I'm a licensed attorney, so just be careful. I'm a licensed attorney.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it?
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
And everybody freaking turns!
Plane, and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
Also, that one guy saying, bah. He was... bah. He's ready to die. He's like, I'm not getting off this plane. Bah. know, guys. I don't know. Yeah, one person. Who is the one? I want to know what the person looked like. I know you guys are saying it's the guy, the tattoo face. I didn't even see the whole video. I saw like a picture. And I don't think it was them. I think some guy with a lot of tattoos was like, yeah, me. They need to show proof that they had tickets, you know? I want to know that. I want to know who that motherfucker was. And I'm so mad that I will never be able to know who that motherfucker was. Who? That motherfucker's not real. The other thing is her identity was only just exposed, too. I don't believe it. It does. Maybe it's her makeup. She does not look the same to me.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now that mother back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
So there's a lot of wild theories coming out about this story. There's new videos of the woman being posted, the person who they think the shapeshifter is, and what happened to the other.
I know, mailbox. I know. It's gotta be. Is that them?
Passengers on that flight.
Did
Well,
he get
fortunately,
taken off?
the original poster of the first video did show that he arrived to his destination. But
Alright,
what
that's
I want to
good.
go into is, what exactly freaked her out, and why did she go into the satanic Baphomet symbolism? Although we normally cover more serious topics on this channel, it's times like these I'm really glad I got my tinfoil beanie from decoyvoice.com. Because making reference to shifter, Baphomet symbolism would be relevant, which would also be the case if you were half man, half vegetation, like Carrot Top, the comedian that.
You know, this is why we're all sitting here in Dallas now, because she lost her earbud.
Now, although he believes it was over a lost earbud, the New York Post reports on the story, stating the flight was delayed for 3 hours and all the passengers were forced to leave the plane before they could get back on, reporting that the woman was not arrested. Now, I'm no flight
She did delay the flight. So maybe they canceled their plans. Maybe she saved them.
expert, but I think that creating an incident like this would most certainly land you in police custody, unless you were right. As another YouTuber commented on the incident, showing another angle of the plane that highlights the man in the green hoodie, and another TikTok user explained what happened.
I was on that flight. I was sitting in the left aisle, about 3 rows back from this woman. She was sitting in the right aisle. I noticed this exchange between this woman and this dude in a hoodie, but he was just like dead locked on her, like deep eye contact with her. Like people started kind of noticing. Flight attendant came over, tried to calm her down, like, what's going on? And that's when she was like, I can't do this. She started getting up.
But unfortunately, I don't believe either of them. The first guy shows a video with the green hoodie guy, but those overhead compartment latches don't match the
They're
original
different.
video. And
Those
the
are
second guy
different.
says that she was on the right and he was behind her on the left, but the second video angle shows that she was sitting in the left aisle, which I understand. People love expanding the lore with these wild tinfoil hat theories and—
I told you guys. It's literally the case of yeah, me. It's literally the yeah, me. It's just people saying yeah, me. Just for some free clout. I should have made a video capitalizing on it and said that I was there next to her and she was looking at me because I'm an anime girl and I wasn't real. I should have
Normally it's all in good
capitalized and
fun,
said yeah,
but what I
me.
can confirm is we are getting an increasing number of people freaking out on these flights. A few days ago, a man desperately needed to exit a Ryanair flight
What's wrong?
where he was eventually arrested.
Look at, he's getting dragged the away. Yeah, he's getting...
Well, I don't really believe videos that happen after because it could just be a copycat video. Thanks for the hydrate, by the way. That's kind of like, it's just like, yeah, it could be real, but when you take something that happened and went extremely viral and do it again but bigger it's just like you're copying. At that point, it's like I can't tell if it's happening again or if somebody's just like, oh, I can get that clout too. Let me just say, yeah, me, but with Riz.
And the Mirror reported that he was only stopped because tourists were able to restrain him. But just over a month before that, a man on Asiana Airlines was actually able to open the door mid-flight. Now, I'm personally not a big fan of flying, but I've never thought forcing my way off a flight as it's in the air would be a better alternative than just sticking it out. But then again, I never saw what these 3 people saw on 3 different continents all in the span of 45 days. Now, I cannot prove that the only reason that I'm safe is because of my tinfoil beanie, but you can't prove that it's not. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on what's really going on in the world, hopefully I've earned your subscription.
I want to see the video of the guy with the tattoos. I wanna see. I wanna see the non-real person. What is a body language expert gonna tell me what I don't know already? She was scared, of course. How could I have not seen it? How couldn't I have known? Freaking frick! Plain lady who was not real. Show me now. Stop looking at her fingers. I guess we'll never know. I guess it was deleted from the internet. I guess we'll never be able to know. And it's a sign that everything's fake. It's a sign that nothing's real.
I'm Jeremy Wade,
I want to see this, and then yeah.
biologist and extreme angler.
To the TikTok generation, Jeremy Wade is known as a fish-loving sexual innuendo. You've probably seen him on your timeline taken out of context talking about sucking guppies. In reality, this guy is actually the aquatic version of Steve Irwin. He's a top G who's even lost part of his arm in the hunt for wet beasts. Wow. So how did this adventurous angler catch every monster under the water?
Oh my god, Giga Chad spam.
And become a walking sexual innuendo?
That was perfect.
Jeremy was born in Ipswich and brought up in Nayland, where his father was a vicar. At a young age, he grew up living near the banks of the River Stour, and that was it.
I was 7 or 8 years old. Nobody in my family fished. They just gave me a fishing kit. Or the village that I grew up in England had a little river running through it.
So there had to be some fish in there?
There had to be some fish in there, yeah. But I didn't catch any for a long time. I was spectacularly unsuccessful for quite a long time.
After attending Dean Close School, he had become the youngest member of the British Carp Study Group and went to the University of Bristol, where he graduated with a degree in zoology biology and then a postgraduate teaching certificate in biological sciences from the University of Kent. At the age of 26 in 1982, Jeremy made his first overseas fishing trip to India's mountain rivers. He took £200 to last him 3 months, and it was during this trip to India where his desire of tracking down large and little known freshwater fish became inflamed and borderline obsessive. Upon returning to England, he made his reporting debut by writing a couple of articles for a fishing magazine about his experiences catching 18-pound Himalayan Messirs in India. During his adventures, he would quickly learn about the geopolitical aspect of visiting these remote areas. In 1989, during a fishing trip in Nong Khai, Thailand, on the Mekong River that borders both Thailand and Laos, Jeremy got arrested and put in jail for the night under conspiracy of being a spy, which abruptly ended his trip. Throughout his career, Jeremy has worked a whole heap of jobs in between his fishing trips, ranging from dishwasher to a secondary school biology teacher. However, his passion for writing and documenting about his adventures in the river fishing world would make him realise the potential for TV opportunities. He stated that although the general audience knew a lot about sea creatures through the work of people like Jack Cousteau, no one had really documented rare species of river fish like what he had caught. While travelling in Brazil, he managed to catch a giant arapaima. The photo managed to capture on his flip-out phone made national newspapers, which caught the eye of a TV producer, which subsequently led to the TV show Jungle Hooks getting commissioned 2 years later. Before this trip, Jeremy studied Portuguese for 3 hours a day for 3 months to prepare. It was during this time in Brazil that his presenting career was almost cut short before it even began. In 2002, while filming aerial shots for the show, he heard an explosion from the underside of the light aircraft.
I try and be calm, but I know there's part of me that isn't quite comfortable with the experience. Small plane, 1 engine. We had the main door off so that the cameras could get a clear view. I was in the co-pilot seat, so the pilot's on my left. As we were coming down, there's a loud sort of popping noise. The whole aircraft just started to vibrate.
Wow, no!
Something's happened to the engine.
And there's only
Tops
one.
of the trees just rising up to meet us. The sound of branches flicking the underside of the plane. I thought this is going to hurt really badly. There's this almighty crashing sound. Everything stopped moving. The very first breath that I took, there's just this overpowering smell of fuel. There was this liquid coming down on my shoulders. If we've escaped the impact, we're just going to go up in flames. The water's coming up. I tried to undo my harness. I couldn't undo it. This is it. I'm going to drown. Took a knife out of my belt, just about to cut it, and the pilot freed the buckle. We've actually come down in swamp. As I emerged, I was greeted by the sight of 4 people. I swam over to them, they pulled me up. Everybody's okay.
Oh my gosh.
Miraculously, one camera. It's still rolling.
22 anos de voo. Nunca tinha visto isso, né? 20, yeah. See? This pilot, 22 anos, 22 years flying. This has never happened before, first time.
With everybody on board miraculously still alive, surviving a plane crash in the middle of the Amazon rainforest would set the tempo for Jeremy's adventurous TV career. After his Brazil trip, Jeremy teamed up with the director of the Amazon Jungle Hooks episode to get a follow-up episode commissioned a few years later. However, this time it would be another trip to his beloved Himalayan rivers. While in India, he heard stories from locals that some people had gone missing in the river. Jeremy began investigating and discovered that the perpetrator was actually a 161-pound goonch catchfish, which he ended up catching in an epic finale of the episode. This event would spark an idea in Jeremy's brain for a TV show.
A couple
couple of years after that, my girlfriend at the time, who was a natural history filmmaker, director and editor, saw the DVD of that and said, I think there's a bit more mileage in this. There's the potential to make a different kind of program, a program that's more for the general public, and it's not so much a fishing program. Fishing comes into it, but it's more, do it in a way that's like a CSI. It's like an underwater murder mystery.
On the 5th of April 2009, the first season of River Monsters debuted on Animal Planet. The first season saw him tracking down piranhas, alligator gar, bull sharks, and a variety of catfish species. The show would focus on explaining the creatures' feeding habits, behavior, and conservation status. After the first season receiving great reviews and high viewership, the second season rolled around the following year. But the events during this season would once again change Jeremy's life forever, and remind him why the unknown is so dangerous. On the 25th of April 2010,
Damn, girl. What those lips do. God damn!
Episode titled Death Ray aired, which saw Jeremy returning to the Mekong River 26 years after getting arrested in search for a giant freshwater stingray. However, his return to Thailand would once again be dramatic, as this was the episode that would change Jeremy forever.
This was very unsophisticated, very physical fishing. These are fish that not only are they very heavy, but also because of their shape, they can just stick themselves to the bottom. I was going to be fishing really, really heavy gear.
Just testing my line here.
Rod attached to me with a harness, 2 boats rafted up so that the boat wouldn't flip, and then someone hanging on to this harness behind my back so that I wouldn't end up in the water. Fish was just a little bit too far away from the side of the boat, so what I'm doing, I'm having to raise the rod to bring it closer to us. And then just suddenly there's a bang.
Oh no!
And the weight of the fish has gone. What happened? I think
Dude,
you can see on the
he's
footage.
smiling in disbelief. He's like, the sadness hasn't hit him yet. He's just like, what happened? What do you mean the fish is gone? What do you mean the fish is gone?
I'm just looking, it's almost an expression of disbelief. How could I just go through all of this for 2 hours and then just have nothing to show for it? Feel something in my arm, in my shoulder. When my arm actually went, well, I've got a bit of a hole.
Oh my
there
God, it literally destroyed his arm.
You've got 2 tendons.
And he
You've got
didn't
one that
even
attaches
catch
up here, and you've got
it.
another one that attaches here.
What the
And this one
fuck?
here is no longer there.
After more than a 2-hour battle with a stingray, the weight of the ray snapped his rod, and in the process tore his bicep, completely severing one of the 2 tendons in the muscle. He is said to have lost 5 to 7% of the strength in his arm as a result. Disregarding his injured arm, towards the finale of the episode, Jeremy managed to reel in a 400-pound pregnant female stingray, one of the largest fish he had ever seen. While filming an episode in Australia during the high summer, looking for a giant grouper in crocodile-infested waters, the River Monsters crew came across a fisherman stranded on a remote desert island in the waters of Biryani, North Island.
It's an uninhabited island, and we first of all saw a cooler on the rocks, and then one of us said, there's somebody there, there's somebody there. He immediately came down to the water, and he's yelling out, give me something to drink, give me something to drink. Pretty desperate, actually got right in the water to come out and meet us. We saw a cool box on the rock, and then...
Was he stranded on that island?
Down here was the same. There on this heap of empty bottles, so I was hoping that one of the bottles might have a bit of water in it. We didn't see no water in it.
Separated from his boat 2 days ago and became disoriented. Despite efforts to find his vessel, he was beaten back by the ferocity of the sun. And with every hour that passed, his chances of survival diminished. One more day on the beach, and he would have died.
At the start of River Monsters, Jeremy had outlined a list of fish he intended on catching, and after 9 seasons, 59 episodes, 44 specials, and averaging 1.8 million viewers per episode, Animal Planet announced that River Monsters would be coming to an end. This is due to Jeremy being a top G, and literally catching every species of fish, Literally, that's the reason. From
He got cancelled for being too good.
fishing in Chernobyl to having an Alaskan bear steal his fish, he's done everything. In a press release after the final season, he stated, "Some shows can run forever, but our subject matter is finite. 10 years ago, I had a list in my head which seemed impossibly ambitious at the time, but everything has now been ticked off, and then some. I've seen things beyond my wildest dreams, and sharing those moments with our loyal Animal Planet audiences has made them doubly special." After finishing River Monsters in 2017, Jeremy has continued to work in television, featuring in a variety of shows such as Unknown Waters and Mysteries of the Deep. Every single scene in River Monsters is somehow memeable, and for that fact alone, you get mad street credentials. The life and work of Jeremy has been incredibly important, not only from a biology and research standpoint, but also bringing fishing and these insanely weird creatures into the consciousness of the public, educating people in an easily digestible format that is both entertaining and educational.
Honestly,
He's played.
Honestly, I'm gonna say one of my heroes. Saluting right now. I'm saluting right now. I want to be like him when I get big.
Roulette with his life on multiple occasions and came out on top. Anyone willing to do whatever it takes in the name of their passion is a fucking baller in my eyes. Thank you so much for watching this video, it really does mean a lot to me. Make sure to follow me on all of my socials at FatMema, like, subscribe, and comment below.
Okay, this love goes back a very, very long time. Very, very, very long time. There was a clip that I posted. One of the first clips I posted, actually. Subscribe if you haven't, by the way. And I remember what I had said was literally, it's the first video I ever freaking posted. It's there's no way. It's the first one I ever posted. And I know what I said was in context. Was it this one? I thought it was. It might be. Let me double check. I thought it was that one, but let me just see. Because that piece looked... No, it was this one. It's not the first one. I lied. Get lied to. I know what I said was within context, but after listening to it back with 2 years to forget what I had said, I have no idea what inspired me to say this based on the clip that we watched. I know that he baited me into it, I just don't remember how.
Anything else is just how dangerous these things potentially are.
Grab the pee-pee!
There's
Oh no!
here. It's very slippery underfoot. There's mozzies buzzing around. It's you know, staying focused, and the heat as well.
I don't have tambourines to shake around. All you get is that is the noise that I make, and that is all you're getting. Anyway, I have something to tell you guys. Grab the pee-pee! It's not too late. It's not too late to grab it, okay? Anybody can make it work. It doesn't take much. It just takes a little bit. Hang on. Hello? 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 Is this thing on? That's what I thought. It's on. Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you had a nice time. So, hang on, I have to get information. I have to get information because my mods they literally don't tell me anything. I have to get information. I had to ask. I wanted to say something, but then I realized that I actually don't know the answer yet. So I have to ask. So, hi! Hello! Did you guys like some of the videos we watched? I wanted to watch more horror stuff, but there wasn't... I think real life is more scary. I want to move on, and I want to go ahead and watch an anime now. Together, perhaps? Me and you? Maybe? Yeah, real life is horror. You ever want to be scared? Try looking in the mirror. That does wonders for the immune system. More like it might kill ya. But it does an amazing job. Regardless, it's pretty good. I would say that it's pretty helpful. Never want to be scared? Look at yourself. Try not showering for a bit. Something will smell scary, that's for sure. So, our next anime on the list. Any guesses? Oh my god, that's literally not helpful, Washi. Maybe Okay, thank you, Captain. Captain saved the day. Captain saved the day. Thank you. So, we are going to be moving over to the Discord. Please make sure you join that, by the way. We're going to be watching an episode of anime. We're going to be celebrating Max. Thank you for the 29 months. That's huge. But we're going to be watching an episode of anime as per our tradition. And the anime that we are watching is Inuyashiki Last Hero. We're gonna be watching Inuyashiki Last Hero, episode 1. So if you don't know anything about the anime, maybe you want to try it, maybe you want to join, and we are going to be watching that in the Discord, picked by So yeah, join on in and we'll partake together. I have not seen it either, so it's gonna be an experience. Hopefully it's a good one. I'm excited. Something else that I want to tell you. Tomorrow, I'm not planning on streaming, so don't expect one unless I decide to, treat you to a surprise stream, just me and you. But I will be preparing for on Thursday. We're gonna be doing our regularly scheduled stream, but I'm going to have we got sponsored! I'm going to be having a sponsored segment in it, so the entire stream is gonna have to be marked as an ad and have the ad hashtag and stuff in it. But the entire stream is not going to be an hashtag ad. So just so you guys know, it's gonna be marked as an ad, but we're gonna be vibing and doing what we want. So don't let that deter you from hanging out with us. It's just gonna be your regularly scheduled Miyu with like 15 to 20 minutes of Corpa. So don't worry. It's good vibes, and even the Corpa is gonna be fun, but that's gonna be Thursday. I just wanted to let you know I'm actually excited to do the Corpa. So hopefully you enjoy it, and maybe we get to do it a little bit together. Have fun with it. I am excited for it. It's not a game sponsor. It's going to be HelloFresh. So yeah, it's gonna be food. They're gonna feed me. That's why I'm excited. If you've never done it, don't make your account yet, please. People shy. Please save your first time account for me. Please save your first time for me, because it has to be a first timer's. I can only backseat off of you if you're a first timer. If you already have an account, then it doesn't count for me. Maybe make a new one, but you have to make a new one on the day of, okay? Don't make an account yet, or else you're gonna hurt my feelings. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that on Thursday. Not sure what we're gonna do as the regular content. I kind of just do what I want. We might play a game, we might chill. But yeah, we're hanging out. And I'll have a really good code for you too. So we can do it. Yeah, it's gonna be Cooking Mama instead of Mama. It's Miyu. So you know, just fully transparent about that stuff. I know most of you guys don't care. You know, as in don't care. You don't mind. So I just feel more of the responsibility to tell you. But you guys are gonna come regardless. I could be like, hey guys, we're gonna be watching paint dry today. So comfy. Okay, I'm going to sleep now. And then you guys would still be watching. You'd have me on. But anyway, we're gonna be watching in the Discord. Basically, right now, give me a bit, stretch my legs, get some medicine to my key bunker, probably get a snack, and then we're gonna be watching. So join the Discord right now, and I'll see you there. And without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Why are you looking at me like that? You guys are disgusting. Ugh. I can tell you guys are weeaboos. I would never blow a kiss to you. Not even as a goodbye. Go clean the basement or something. Freaking filthy invaders. You're like worse than vermin. You're bugs! Nasty!